So guys, what is happening? Just a couple of days, Elon Musk was still dancing, and yesterday the Tesla stock was down 9%. And not only Tesla stock, but the whole market is crashing. And these numbers we didn't saw since March, guys. Okay, so the stock market is currently on a very, very negative note, and we will discuss in today's video, in today's stream, what are those reasons and what you can do obviously in this kind of situations. Are we going into another crash like March, or is it just a small correction? What is going on? Why tech is leading all of this? So I'm super excited for this episode. Make sure to smash that like button, guys. This is helping the stream. And secondly, make sure to let me know in the comments where you are watching from, okay? Are you watching from Europe, from the nice cold morning here, or from the US, or from Asia where it's already afternoon? So let me know in the comments. I'm super excited for this episode, and let's dive into the agenda. All right, so we will talk about first some breaking news, because there's some very, very interesting stuff happening. Then we will talk about, obviously, about the stock market crashing. We will talk about what will happen next, and we will talk about Tesla, space, Beyond Meat, and other specific stocks during this crash. All right, so this is very important to see what's happening into the market, and let's dive directly in with China. So as you know, China is a little bit of in a difficult situation. Okay, so the US is boycotting all those apps and want to take over TikTok, and the China companies having a really hard time, guys, and that's why I'm not investing into Chinese companies. This is one of the reasons, the political danger and limitations and games that are being played. It's totally unforeseeable. So especially companies that are specific, working in other countries more than China, are having a big hard time, so therefore you see now India is also having an app crackdown and bans 118 Chinese apps, including Tencent's hit games, as border tensions flare up. So all the Chinese games also don't will be not allowed anymore, okay, in India. So big influence here on Chinese companies. Then important today, because it's the first Thursday and Friday. Yesterday we have seen the jobless claims which were around 800,000. We expected 900,000, so a little bit of a positive number. However, this didn't help the market at all. And today we have the jobs report, okay? This will help us to see how the payrolls were, how the unemployment rate is currently in August. So this is very important. Also, this can be either a fuel to further gain into the market, or it can drag the market down. So this will be quite important to see if this is helping somehow or not. And then we are having NIO, guys, another Chinese company. The Chinese Tesla is doing very, very well, especially in August. The delivery increased 104% year over year to almost 4,000 vehicles. This is absolutely crazy and shows you how well those companies are actually doing in terms of sales. Okay, so the EV revolution is going on and they are coming fast, guys. Okay, so this is quite interesting. And before we diving further into the market crash, let me have a look into the chat, guys. Okay, so we have people from Israel, we have people from Netherlands, we have people from Palestine, we have people from US, we have people from Canada, we have people from Germany, Timothy, our member from Greece, and we have people from Romania here, okay? There's people asking if we should buy the dips, and there's a question if do you think the stock market can go back to March lows? I think this is quite unrealistic that it will go so low like in March. March was a very specific situation, as you know. The world went into lockdown, something that we never saw, as you know, all the people that are living currently on earth never experienced something like this. So everyone was closing up, shops, economy, everything was closed, and therefore this was a big impact, and the stock market obviously reacted accordingly. Something like this will not happen again. I don't think that the market as well as the governments will allow another lockdown on this massive scale again. So I don't think we will go back to March lows, but you never know, right? You never know. Let's talk about the next big spec, the special purpose acquisition companies that are currently, you know, brought companies like Virgin Galactic on the stock market, or Nikola, or Helion, or what is the other name? Workhorse. All of these companies, what brought to you by the SPAC. SPAC are special blank check companies, right? That they are putting huge money into the market. And then these companies that are then public companies just merge with private companies, and suck great companies, private companies are then available on the stock market. And one of the biggest specs is currently in the works with Bill Ackman, billionaire from Square. What is his? I always forget the name of his hedge fund. Guys, help me out here in the comments. It's Berkshire Square. Let me know in the comments, guys. You are better than me in that. So let me know what was the name of the hedge fund of Bill Ackman. Anyway, he yesterday had an interview on Yahoo Finance, and he let a little bit of information drip out that he is currently, or he was in early talks with Airbnb, a rumor that was out there for a little bit already, but now it's confirmed. And also he were in contact with Stripe as well. two big unicorns that are out there that are doing very, very well. And Bill Ackman had already risen, I think, or raised $4 billion, guys. Okay, so one of the biggest specs that we have seen in the last couple of years by Bill Ackman. So here we go. So MD student just posted it. Pershing Square. This was the name of the hedge fund. So thank you very much for that. And it's one of the biggest specs that is going out there, and we shall be very exciting. Usually Bill Ackman is looking for a couple of things when he is doing investments. Okay, he's looking for a company that is doing some kind of profit. All right, have a great balance sheet, have a great standing and branding of the company. So Airbnb is a great opportunity here. He is investing in companies like Starbucks or Hilton hotels. So as you can see, those very, very big names and very, very strong, fundamentally strong companies, right? However, let's talk market sale. All right, so look at that, guys. Look at that. The S&P 500 yesterday lost about 3.5%. The space Virgin Galactic Holdings were one of the best stocks out there, right? They didn't lose that much. So as you can see, somehow people don't want to go below 16, 17, $15. So it seems like space is holding strong here. Tesla obviously selling off like crazy, minus 10%. Or 9%, right? I'm curious, and the reason for that, guys, just to give you this directly here on the top of things. The sell-off at Tesla is because we had just a crazy run recently, right? We had almost daily 5-7% increase since the stock split announcement. People were just buying Tesla and Tesla and Tesla, and we had this crazy gains, 50 or 60% in just a couple of days, from 1,300 to 2,500 in just a couple of days. So obviously, if there's just a small hiccup into the market, this is one of the first stocks that getting sold off because people just taking profits, right? Then Beyond Meat was one of the positive companies because they received a 160 price target here, which was obviously positive. I think they gained about 6, 7 or even 10% first, and then as you can see, it followed the overall market towards the very, very negative ending. So they almost ended neutral here. Amazon also minus 4 or 5%. Apple also one of the big losers here because they just went very, very strong the last couple of weeks and days, also with the stock split, obviously. And then what really struck my mind was that Carnival, the cruise liner that I recommended as a very good comeback stock, here did pretty well, right? 5% in such a bad market. And also Lufthansa, also almost 6% here. So some users that followed those picks are quite happy, I guess, And if those heavy market moves are happening, one of the big guys here that is, always giving his opinion is Mohammed El-Erian. He is chief financial something with here it is. He's Allianz chief economic advisor. All right, this is his official position. Anyway, he is one of the biggest and most sophisticated guys on Wall Street. If he's saying something, I'm definitely listening because he was one of the guys that really knew 2008, 2009 back then what is happening, gave us some really good insight into the market. And he's saying that we could have another 10% fall, all right? So he's in the opinion that the overall people are just the stocks in general went too hot. All right, that's pretty much it. We just had crazy gains over the last couple of weeks. The S&P 500 all-time high, other stocks all-time high, Tesla all-time high, Apple all-time high. All this all-time highs and crazy gains attracted obviously a lot of people, and then it was just a matter of time when one big hedge fund start to sell, right? This is all it takes, and then the market, it's like a card house that is, one fund just take out some couple of billions, some profit taking, and suddenly the house shakes and goes down. So this is important to understand that this is happening. And moreover, we are going even deeper, okay? So this is quite interesting, so stay tuned. Make sure to thumb up this live stream. And meanwhile, make sure also while you listen to my voice, make sure to take your smartphone out, open your Instagram page or app, and search for my Wolf of Dubai Danny if you want to have even more content beside my daily vlogs and beside my daily live streams. then just follow me there. And I'm posting there every day a lot of stories, so this is quite fun to see. And obviously I have a second channel as well, where I'm starting in just a couple of weeks some crazy content, so make sure to follow me there. The channel name is Wolf of Dubai 2. All right. Further than that, we are diving further inside the market crash. All right. So again, so why I chose this title for the overall stream is because the Dow Jones dropped 800 points. And tech is having worst day since March. Okay, so these are levels like March, those drops, and actually those headlines are very, very critical. And as you can see, this graphic here, this is from this morning. As you can see, the futures were quite red, and it seems they're going flat now. So I'm quite interested. Usually, you know, we have a Friday today, all right? So this means that you, on the one hand side, should have a really badass start into the weekend, and on the other side, the people, you know, into the weekend usually take their profits. The market is sometimes a little bit kind of more cautious, right? Because we're going into the weekend, so people are taking money off the table. So usually Friday is a perfect day to get money from the market. And actually, you know, as I said, it started, or the headlines are tech, obviously. This graphic is very important, guys. Okay, look at that. This is the tech inflows graphic. So as you can see, over the last years, right, lots and lots and lots of billions, it's like a 8-week moving average, billions went into tech. Okay, so obviously tech is one of the biggest holders of huge money, guys, billions and billions and billions of dollars. And obviously we had a general appetite of all investors for tech companies, but then with the health crisis, this was even accelerated, right? With the whole digitalization, this was quite fantastic. And I think that this was so crazy in the last couple of weeks and days that obviously the tech is one of the big sectors that is losing heavily, right? Because if there is so much money in, then there's you know, always the danger and risk that just some fund removes a couple of billions and suddenly everything shakes, right? Because they think it's the beginning of the end. Okay, so this is quite important, guys, to understand. Let me have a look into the chat, guys, if you have some questions so far before we diving into some stocks. What we have here. So we have people from Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand as well, South Korea. This is quite interesting. Let me know where you are watching from if you haven't yet commented into the live chat, guys. And what about Nicola? Yeah, what about Nicola? I think, you know, stocks that are heavily inflated and having a huge valuation, like Nicola, right, for example. I think those companies are heavily in danger to lose a lot in a very, very short time, right? I mean, you will see that stocks like Nicola will shave quite nicely, and maybe, you know, 7% of the top, 10% of the top, 5% of the top, maybe 15% of the top. Okay, if it's I saw a stock yesterday. I don't know if you remember, but I talked about it a couple of vlogs ago. HelloFresh is one of the biggest growth stories in Germany, in Europe or worldwide, right? This meal kit company lost 10% just because it's you know, the stock went absolutely parabolic over the last couple of weeks and months, and therefore, you know, those companies get easily shaved. And this is obviously totally normal, so don't have too much panic. What I think happens next is, guys, I think this is a healthy correction. Okay, I think this is a heavy and nicely and healthy correction. All right, so what means correction? Correction is, by investment terms, going down of percentage points like 10%, right? Then we talk about a correction. Then you can say a correction is basically from 10% up to 19.9%, because if you are talking about 20% on the stock market, then you're talking about recessions. You're talking about recessions, obviously, in terms of quarter declines. Then you talk about crashes as well, right? So we are in a nice correction that is currently going on, and I think it's healthy, guys. And also Mohammed El-Erian said it here, the CIO. This is not another US special force agency like the CIA. It's just the chief investment officer of big Asian banks. They are saying, it's a healthy correction. I think it's the same. So I'm and many other people that know a thing about markets know that this kind of great and fast inclines or gains into the stock market are followed by corrections, which is healthy, because there's so much money out there still that want to go into stocks. And you need to understand also, a lot of people missed this rally. Okay, so many people didn't saw, okay, there is so much potential. So first of all, those companies and hedge funds and people will go into the market and try to buy now. And secondly, the option markets are going crazy right now. People want to accelerate and multiply their winnings that they lost maybe over the last couple of weeks that they missed, right? So this is quite interesting as well to understand. And let's dive into some stocks. So Tesla is losing 9%. Let me see if we have already some numbers here pre-market. This would be quite interesting to see. And therefore we are diving a little bit here into those. So we have some pre-market data. Tesla is further declining a little bit, even though the futures look now positive, like the S&P futures looking positive, Dow Jones futures looking positive, Nasdaq, the tech is still going down, but Tesla is losing 2.7%. This can continue, guys, right? I mean, again, it's Friday, right? People maybe want to take some money off the table, so this can continue, but it's definitely a trend right now going down. So it needs something positive into the market to change this, all right? And here, space, as I said, it's quite stable right now. People don't want to see apparently lower than 16, 15 levels, unfortunately, because I want to buy more for less. But it seems that the bulls here are quite strong and holding flat the stock as of the pre-market data. Then let's have a look into NIO. Right, we talked about NIO, and NIO lost about 6%, even though they had this fantastic numbers in August, minus 2% in the pre-market. Let's have a look into Nikola. Nikola Corporation lost about 8%, flat as of this morning. So this is what I'm talking about. Huge gainers over the last couple of days and months are getting shaved, guys. Okay, they are getting shaved. And Beyond Meat, let us see if the price increase. There's no pre-market data as of now for Beyond Meat, but it was obviously very positive for Beyond Meat to get this $160 price target. This was quite surprisingly, right? I mean, this is a huge opportunity, more than 20% or so that Beyond Meat can gain if they get this kind of price target realized, right? So this is quite interesting. So Yeah, I think that's the single stocks that we wanted to look into, and I want you to ask if you would be so kind and consider to thumbing up this live stream. This would be helping, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. And let's have a look into the comments if there are some questions that we need to answer. What is here the questions? Let me have a look. So, space is on a discount right now, guys. That's absolutely true. Do you think it will crash under the resistance line between 14 or 16? I think you were talking about space. So I think that the 14 resistance is super, super strong. Okay, very, very strong. I don't think we will see levels below 14. But that said, I think that we can go down to 214. Okay, so I know why you're asking those questions, because you think, well, let's get the absolutely perfect time to invest into the stock, and this is obviously impossible, guys. Okay, again, you know, I'm trying to say or communicate things on regular basis, and you might, you know, maybe I say it in 1,000 different ways, but there's always this core messages that you can take away, that you cannot time the market, guys. You can your thoughts and your challenges should not be, when can I buy the stock for the perfect price? It's more about how I can put more and more money to the market, okay? Because you should invest, if you got your salary and you put, let's say, 50% as savings that you want to multiply on the stock market, you just put it in the day you get it, you just buy it you just buy the stocks. And then you wait in another month and you try to get even more money or save more, and then you just buy it the day you get your salary, okay? So you just avoid this thinking, I will wait and so on, because if it's going up, you will be happy because you just bought it, right? And you never know when it's going crazy up. And on the other side, if it's going down, you are happy too, because you just buy more and more every month for a lower price. So this is absolutely fantastic, and this helped me to, you know, get financial freedom. This helped me to gain my stock portfolio hugely as well, you know, with Tesla, with other stocks. So it's a fantastic strategy, and it's the best in the world, guys, okay? It's the best in the world. So make sure to do that instead of anything else, okay? So we have people from Canada, we have people from Qatar, South Africa, Malaysia, Chicago. What else? We talked about already about Nicola. We talked about... then we have people from Pennsylvania as well. Thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in. Then there's people saying the space stock will be green in next Monday. I don't know. Nobody knows, right? So people are saying Monday the market will be closed. I don't know about that. This can be if there's any public holiday. What else do we have? Space is under discount right now. Do we have something that we didn't talk about it? Let me have a look. We talked about it already, if the market can go low as of March. I don't think so. Then Nasdaq is pre-market absolutely lower than the other markets as well. Then Kvado Badi, I don't know. I don't know if I spelled the right name, but Kvado Bediako. What's the next stocks to buy? Well, you know my top tips, okay? If you're subscribed to this channel, if not, make sure to gain your opportunity right now. You know, I'm a big fan of space. I'm a big fan of Tesla. I'm a big fan of Beyond Meat. Those are, you know, you know, and some people and some YouTubers out there, you know, they are trying to give you a lot of stock tips, even though they don't invest in those, or try to diversify their portfolio with like 50,000 different stocks. But I'm a strong believer, and I'm sharing my thoughts, with people like Warren Buffett, who has 43% of its whole net worth or whole, investment portfolio into one stock, guys. Into one stock. I'm not afraid to make one investment over 1 year. If there's only one great stock to invest in right now, then I'm just investing in one stock. There's no way that I'm just spreading my money over 5-6 stocks to where I say, this could be something. No, I'm looking into the stocks that I really having high conviction rates, and investing rather in 5 stocks over 5 years than in having crazy returns, right? Like Tesla, rather than having 50 stocks and having, really average or even lower than index returns. So that's my philosophy, 10x your portfolio. I think that's it. Thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure to have a safe weekend. Make sure to thumb up this live stream. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. I hope you stay healthy. I hope you stay and I hope you have a fantastic weather over this weekend, and stay safe, stay healthy. Don't get too much frustrated or stressed over the stock market. It's just numbers that are going up and down on daily basis. We will go up on the long term. Therefore, keep on your long-term vision. I see you with the live streams back on Monday, right? I will not stream over the weekend, so stay tuned for my daily vlogs because those are coming anyway. Thank you very much, and have a fantastic Friday and weekend. Take care.